For me, I don't really understand the point of wanting more bland food. Has never been like what I've gone for personally.
Well, we don't know. We don't know that. We don't know if she's cooking bland food.
She said that right here. Welcome back to Air It Out, and today we're looking at the Am I the Asshole subreddit. Today's story: am I the asshole for telling my stepdaughter that she needs to freeze her food or cook for everybody? My stepdaughter, 17, has very different food tastes than us. Her mom's new husband is of another culture, and her mom and therefore my stepdaughter are partly of that culture themselves. So she cooks a lot from that culture as taught by her stepfather and his family. And even when she's not cooking food that's directly that culture's cuisine, she does a lot of strong flavors and spices. She does a lot of general experimenting too. Our kids are younger, and my husband is a bit of a picky eater. We tend to eat a lot more bland foods, to be honest. None of us are really foodies. We're also vegetarian, and she and her mom's family are not. She was getting frustrated with food at our house when she visited, so my husband, without asking me first, said she could cook meals for herself as often as she wanted. Which sounds reasonable, but she's in there a lot. It's bad enough at other times in the day. For dinner, she likes to do all these intricate, complicated meals and ends up monopolizing the kitchen. We have an apartment with a galley-style kitchen, like this. Let's take a look at what this is. Okay, so it's a small little apartment type of vibe. So it really is not meant for more than one person to be there at once. Even making a cup of coffee while someone else is cooking is tight. I'll be honest, the smell of her cooking meat as well as the strong spices really bothers me too because it wafts through the apartment. I finally said, look, either you need to cook for everybody and make it vegetarian and reduce the spices a bit, or you need to make your meals earlier in the day, freeze them before, because I can't make dinner or clean up or get the kids snacks or make myself coffee if you're in there without both of us being in each other's ways. She got upset, and then my husband got mad at me for trying to make her make dinner for everyone, which wasn't what I said. So are they the asshole? Okay, so let's just establish the characters in this. So the person talking is the stepmother.
Yeah.
And she's talking to her husband's daughter about what they should be doing with the food. And because the fact that the girl is from a different culture and I guess cooks more spicy food or spiced flavored food.
Some type of culture food.
I'm thinking like Indian food in my mind.
Yeah.
And because of that, she's getting upset because she's using the kitchen. She doesn't like the smell of the food, blah, 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 blah. For me, I don't really understand the point of wanting more bland food. Has never been like what I've gone for personally.
Well, we don't know. We don't know that. We don't know if she's cooking bland food.
She said that right here. She said, we tend to eat a lot more bland food, to be honest. And for me, I don't really live my life bland. I like to put some spices in there.
You basically don't like to go to a restaurant and get good food. That's what she's saying.
She likes bland food.
She just want it straight, opened up, put it down. Like, okay.
I guess to each their own. I don't really believe in that, but okay. I don't know if that discounts her already. And then the second part is she wants her stepdaughter to cook
the food,
all the food for everyone, or freeze it for herself. First of all, no one wants to freeze food and then be able to use it. And I think you live in a small house.
Mm.
You have a small kitchen.
Yep.
And you have multiple people that need to cook. I don't see the issue where you can have two people in the kitchen at the same time. I know this person, may feel as though the kitchen is their domain, and because of that,
they need space.
There's mad heads in there, and you feel like boxed out, and you feel kind of annoyed that there's all these people in your space. But truth be told, it's really a kitchen for everyone. It's a communal area, and if people need to do work in there, they gotta do work in there. In my opinion,
I think that she could have came up with a better solution. Like, you just saying outright, all right, either you cook your foods, freeze them, and then you just eat what you eat, and then we eat what we eat. Mm-hmm. Or you cook for everybody and that's it. I think that you could have simply put in here, when do you like to cook? I like to cook at this time. Yeah. So then let's do this.
We could have a schedule.
Like, sit down and talk. I think that just reading from it, I might be picking up some biases.
What are you hearing?
I feel like she's talking about like culture, and so obviously there's a culture difference there.
Yeah.
So then because she doesn't necessarily like the foods, there also could potentially be some other beef or spice between them that they don't like each other, and that's why she's coming at the stepdaughter in that way. And because I think that there's a better solutions that she could have came up with than outright cook all your food, freeze it. That's it. Yeah. Or you cook for everybody else. Everyone,
and you get to cook
their, and that's coming from like just saying that is coming from a place of anger and like frustration. And it's like,
and I think because of that, you're supposed to be taking a leadership position. So taking a leadership position means that you need to find ways and solve problems in a way that everyone is okay with.
You have to understand the other person in order to do that.
Yeah, you can't just be getting upset because you don't understand something or because it's not working to how you want it.
Quickly interject, right? She talks about how she likes more bland foods.
Yeah.
And also, I also talked about the fact that like she gave a pretty hard stop in a solution, which are 2 flags for me now thinking about it, because you're being closed off to her foods, the stepdaughter's foods, because, okay, they're of a different culture, right? Why can't she make it especially vegetarian and you have a conversation about how you guys can mix together these foods so that it can be something more agreeable for you for everyone, but also for you directly.
But still, I agree that she could be, if she wanted her to cook, then they could find out a way that they both have things they want.
Yeah, and not be so closed off and saying, I want more bland foods. Because now what you're doing really is just making it a problem.
Yeah, and I think it shouldn't even be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem that she's cooking her own food, because if you want to eat your food and she wants to eat her food, then she just has to make her own food. Like, it's not like she's got you making food that you don't like. Like, as long as you are both eating the foods that you want to eat, then I don't see a problem there. So getting upset like this, in my opinion, you were the asshole.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, you could have handled that situation better. And then you also you took all of that and then posted this.
Yeah. All of that, and then you still were low-key in the wrong. High-key in the wrong.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like and subscribe. And write down in the comments, let us know whether or not you think she was the asshole or not. And kind of talk about more of the situation maybe you've had where you're living with someone and they're cooking food that you don't really like. You don't really fuck
or
with
when you're living with somebody, what's some of the things that y'all had issues on, and then how could you have handled it better to come to a resolution?
Write those things down in the comments, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Yes, sir.
Peace.